good fortune. Actually, secretly spiritual fortune. This is our spiritual wealth. The fact that Srila Prabhupada would sacrifice everything to bring us to this position. We are most fortunate. What do we have here? Now we have the possibility. We have access to this spiritual world. This Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is like a capsule. Within the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is contained everything in the spiritual world. The whole of the spiritual existence is there in the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So this mantra is a transcendental vibration, nothing to do with this material world, even beyond the material world. Any conception of even beyond the ego. So everything is according to gradation and quality. So we see that yes, there are many conceptions of divinity. Hare Krishna.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
So we have many conceptions of divinity. So Srila Prabhupada has mercifully brought us, this is the science, how to love God. The science of God realization or self-realization. So by understanding the self, we can understand who is God. So not that we're saying that we become God, no, we become perfect servants of God. But the opportunity is there, it's been given to us. And this opportunity has been given freely to all of us, irrespective of race, color, creed, gender, all these things, all these considerations. So what's the highest mercy is the fact that the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is actually the highest conception of divinity, and it's come down at the lowest point of existence. This transcendental dichotomy should be understood. As we know, there are 4 ages, and this is the most fallen, the most degraded of all the ages. So why is it that Mahaprabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, has come down at the lowest point of existence? And actually, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. So Mahaprabhu is none other than Radha Krishna combined, and he's bringing us the highest conception of divinity, previously unknown. So we can see the magnitude of our fortune. The highest representation of divinity is coming down at the lowest point of existence. So this adds to the flavor, actually. The flavor of divinity, this adds to that flavor. Just like if there's a pandemic, and so it's a very severe condition. So within that pandemic, the antidote has to be so powerful to combat that the disease. So just like if you have a cold or a flu, no need to worry. You just take an aspirin or whatever, something very mild, nothing too serious. But if you have cancer or something very serious, now you have to undergo major surgery. All these things are there. So now in Kali Yuga, this lowest point of existence is just like a cancer. So therefore the medicine has to be applicable to the age. So therefore the highest, the most potent medicine is coming down at the lowest point. So this is the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So many different points that we can see. So sometimes we take it very lightly. Sometimes we're inattentive in our chanting. Sometimes we don't even want to chant. But we should see, actually, because it's been given to us freely, so therefore we don't really see feel the magnitude, the potency, or the severity, of the necessity, actually. This chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is actually absolutely necessary in Kali Yuga for us. And just see how easily it can be prescribed, so easily. These 16 names, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. To think that these chanting this simple mantra has the capacity to free one from the cycle of birth and death. It's unimaginable. That which the yogis are trying to attain is just a fraction of divinity, fraction. Or the Mayavadis wanting to merge into the Brahman. These things are insignificant compared to the the absolute beauty and sweetness that's there in Goloka Vrindavan, Navadvip Mayapur Dham. So there's so many different layers of divinity there. But how to understand that Krishna consciousness actually is the fully fledged theistic conception of divinity actually. It's complete, it's wholesome, we say it. Wholesome, complete, everything is there. All forms of existence are there within the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So how to understand that? So therefore, some purification is necessary for us. It's just like if you want to understand any subject, you have to go slowly, step by step. You have to start with the A, B, C, D, E, F, G, slowly, gradually. So spiritual life is the same like that. You have to go slowly but surely, wins the race. So you have to tread cautiously. And also, but actually we say Krishna consciousness is actually the PhD of religion. So we have to understand, well, whenever was it easy to acquire a PhD? It's difficult to acquire a master's degree or Bachelor of Science degree, what to speak of PhD. So we have to understand that it's not going to be easy. This spiritual life, this process is like a razor's edge. Very difficult. And it's very easy to slip and fall and cut yourself. But this goes to show the value of Krishna consciousness actually. What is this Krishna consciousness? Krishna consciousness. So we see that many different attributes of Krishna consciousness. But the Shravanam Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, this is the all important. Because actually even just Shravanam, just hearing from the sadhu, hearing from the Shastra, associating with the Vaishnavas, this is sufficient to bring us the desired result. But if we can apply all aspects of Krishna consciousness, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, then our lives can become perfect very easily. But actually, association is the key to success in our spiritual journey, actually. So we should take this very, very seriously. When we have the opportunity to associate with the devotees, we should take it. Actually, this is our good fortune. As well as receiving the holy name, the association of the devotees, this is a greater value. Because the devotee is carrying the holy name, he's carrying Krishna within the heart. So the devotee is living proof. He's a living substance. The Hare Krishna Mahamantra is eternal, and the Vaishnava coming delivering that is actually more important than the holy name, actually. Because the Vaishnava is living proof of the holy name, of Krishna, of Guru, of everything, of Shastra. So the sadhu is everything. Our basis of our understanding should be the sadhu sangha. And sangha means what? It means seva. To serve the devotees, not just to be in their company in the same room, but to actually serve the devotees. So this is what we want to try and establish. So this is what Srila Prabhupada brought us. He brought us this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Why? To establish an association of devotees. Because it's through the devotees that we actually develop love of God. This is a personal conception of divinity. We are persons. Krishna is the supreme person. So everything in Krishna consciousness is personal. There's no impersonalism here. Everything is personal. So Krishna says, Aham Bhakta Paradinu. You love me, you love my dog. This conception is there. So if we think of trying to serve Krishna without serving the devotees, we understand that this is not substantial for us. No. You know, we can say, yes, we appreciate Krishna, we love Krishna, that's something. But those who say they love the devotees of my devotees, they have real substance within their heart. So this is what we're trying to develop. We're trying to develop love of God, love of Krishna. So we do that very nicely, very easily by serving the devotees. And by pleasing the devotees. Because if the devotees are pleased, then Krishna cannot but be pleased. So it's like a descending process. We are never feeling qualified. But we are feeling if we can satisfy the devotees, then Krishna must be pleased. So So like that, so we take this very seriously. So serving the devotees alongside chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra will produce the desires. Very nicely, very easily we can develop love of God. And love of God is something very natural. Because we are a particle of love. That's what we are. Spirit soul means what? A particle of love. So we are able to give love and to receive love. This is a natural hankering of the soul to experience love. Giving and receiving. This is loving exchange. So now we see in the material world that this perversion of love is lust. Now everything is opposite. Instead of giving, people want to take. Everybody's taking. What can I take? Exploitation. What can I have for me? Me. I, me, mine. So now it is the opposite. This is due to maladjustment because we are outside of our natural environment. So we are like a fish out of water. So when we are in our natural environment, then naturally we're giving, we're sacrificing, because love means sacrifice. If I love somebody, I'm willing to sacrifice my life even, everything for that person. So this is love. And if I want to exploit, then I want to take anything and everything from anybody and everybody for my benefit. So it's the opposite effect. So chanting this Hare Krishna Mahamantra will slowly cleanse our heart. Slowly, and following the principles, following the rules and regulations. This will gradually purify our existence, purify our heart. And in this way, Krishna can take his position within our heart. And then eventually we can go back home, back to Godhead, our original home. Because this is not our home. We feel that. This is not our home. We're not meant for birth, old age, disease, death. These things are foreign to us. The soul is eternal. We know that. We are eternal. God is eternal. So if our existence is eternal, what are we doing here in this place? This is no place for a lady or gentleman, Srila Prabhupada always used to tell us. This is not our home. So why are we here? So it is a duty of every single human being is to rectify your position, go back to home, back to God. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So, do you have any questions?
Oh, I've got at least 3 quarters there, Maharaj. Yeah. You did well. I'm actually very impressed. Takes a lot to get me to listen to someone. What did you think, Mata? You get some of it? Any questions?
We are here
Comments?
to taste happiness. We are here to taste joy. Only that. Misery, suffering, illness, disease, these things are foreign to us. But then we're living in a foreign land. So what do we expect? So we have to wake up. So it is our duty as devotees to go out there and to wake up the sleeping souls. They're not only sleeping, they're suffering. So we should feel that suffering. When they suffer, we should feel that suffering. Why? Because we have the remedy for the suffering. And it was given to us freely, so freely we should also distribute that. This is what's important. We shouldn't feel, oh, I have this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, or this is for me, or I'm all right. No. We should feel, no, I have this wealth here. I should be sharing this. Our heart should soften. We should feel, oh, there's so many suffering living entities out
So
there.
here's a question, Maharaj.
Yes.
Here's a question.
Mm.
It'll appeal to my intelligence, whatever it is. When you're preaching, or you want to preach,
Yes.
we can run out of money
Yes.
quite quickly.
Yes.
So, how is it that some devotees can do things and it grows,
Mm.
and they get like constant money coming in, and others struggle?
Mm-hmm.
But my point is like this. Some mutts, some devotees make no money
Mm-hmm.
and they don't grow.
Mm-hmm.
Then other devotees just seem to have that shakti, they do something, the temple goes ahead.
Mhm.
There's success, and you look at it and thinking, oh, I don't know, why is he doing it and he's getting success, and the other person has nothing but failure or
Mhm.
derivatives of failure,
Mhm.
and the material world is it's a hard struggle,
Mhm.
and you think, well, God, I've been doing this for over 40 years. And Prabhupada said, after 44 years, you should be a pure devotee, which I loved when I heard that. But here's the point. Some people succeed. To be honest, I think most of them fail.
Mhm.
And they don't hang around. So, is it that it's too difficult? Does it require a team effort, or what's your breakdown about how it is some people succeed, some centers go ahead, some die very quickly, other devotees never, they struggle and never get ahead.
Mhm.
So what's your perspective on these things, Maharaj?
Everything in relation to Krishna. We see relativity everywhere. Look at the example of Srila Prabhupada. He struggled for 1 year, literally no results, nothing. He nearly wanted to give up, he nearly wanted to turn back. His godbrother thought he was crazy even to make the attempt, but he wanted to fulfill the instructions of his spiritual master. So he gave it everything, he sacrificed everything. And then just before he was ready to turn back, the explosion occurred. So what does that show us? That shows us that we'll all be tested, all of us. Examination must be there. Must be there. Tatenu kampam susamikshana. It must be there. Just like a boy meets a girl, he says, oh, I love you. I want to marry you. Till death do we part. All these things he's promising. Then he will be tested. He must be tested. So sacrifice is there. And it must be selfless sacrifice. I'm doing this for my spiritual master. I'm doing this for Krishna. I'm doing this for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sacrifice must be there. And more importantly, it must be authorized. It must be sanctioned by the Association of Devotees. It's not that I'm going to do my own thing. So now we see it's very difficult. Preaching has become very difficult because everybody has their own view. Oh, I can do it this way, I can do that way. But we're forgetting, no, this is Sankirtan Yagya. This is supposed to be Sankirtan. It means congregation Yagya, not by myself. So when the opportunity comes to perform some service in the association of devotees, we should run, we should grab that opportunity.
Yeah, I was just saying that in connection to this young man that came,
Yes.
Sam.
Yes.
We're sitting here, both the Madhuri here. She was very nice and your friend.
Yes.
And I thought, boy.
He was here just now.
Well, when you were outside, he was in here.
Oh, okay.
And he was a married boy,
Mm-hmm.
and I kept on pushing him to talk.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do? And blah, blah, blah. And he started talking about mantras.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know about mantras. I told him a few things.
Mm-hmm.
Just, following you.
Yes.
Just doing it. And then, by the way, he said he'll come back.
Yeah.
He has to go and pick up his kid or something.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was looking at him, I was thinking, does this boy look like a devotee?
Mm-hmm.
I thought, oh well, I'll just,
Mm-hmm.
not exactly play up the mantra, but I'll just give him the opportunity. And I kept on, then he wanted to talk some, he wanted to, so forth. And I thought, you're outside, Buddy's over there, I'm just filling in for half an hour. And yet, he took my phone number and wanted to ring back.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, that's very auspicious.
Mm-hmm.
So now that you're talking about the association, if you don't have 4 people or 3 people to be here, he wouldn't have come in.
Yes.
But because he's come in and he's taken my phone number and he's asking a few questions. So anyway, as he walked out, I thought, God, that's so much like I was when I came along in Australia.
Yes.
That is it. I was like that. I was asking about
Yes,
mantras. I was doing this. He's
Yes.
a married man now,
yes.
and it's his time now to find out. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm wrong, but I was just
No.
thinking.
So the difference is now we are mature, but suffering souls are still coming in. So now we remember that mood. I remember. Buddhi was just chanting so beautifully, and I remember very clearly my bhakti leader, he used to sing just like that. Touch the heart. So it's there. But now we are mature. Now there's some flavor, some personal flavor when we're chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So now we must take this opportunity. Unity is the force. We have to stand together. Divided we fall, but together we stand. We have to. And purity is the force. So when somebody comes in, we should hook them. They should be hooked. They should never leave without hearing the holy name or tasting prasadam. This is direct order from Srila Prabhupada. They came in the door for a reason, not by chance. This is Srila Prabhupada's house. They came in his house for a reason. They're searching. They're lost. So many souls are searching. They're hungry. They want spiritual life. So we have to give them the opportunity. So we must stand together in this. We must stand together. We have to give them the opportunity to chant, dance, and feast. We have to give them this opportunity. It was there previously. We have to revive that spirit.
So when we were at the market today, a married lady with 4 children, she came up
Yeah.
to my wife and
Yes.
she said, da, 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 da. And she said, my wife had on the kirtan, because we always
Yes.
play the kirtan,
Yes, yes,
usually.
yeah.
And she said, what's this music? And she said, well, that one's Maori, but I used to put on Maori music because she was a married lady.
Yes, yes.
She was about 50.
Yeah.
And my wife said, I also play Hare Krishna because we're Hare Krishnas. And she said, oh, I've been to the Hare Krishna place in
Yeah.
Whangarei.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Very nice. Yeah.
And my wife said, oh, Buddhi's up there and blah, blah, blah. So they were talking and I thought to myself, God, the women just got, straight away, Krishna.
Yes, yes.
So then she said, I've been to Bank Street and we go there
Oh.
all the time.
Yeah.
She was, well, anyway.
Maybe
there
they
you
come
go.
for football life.
Then we were in Maya and in Avondale listening to the blues and then Prabhupada and then Guru Garanga, and my wife's done this whole thing. So we used to play just only Krishna consciousness, but then it was a bit too much for all the demons, so we added some of this other stuff. So the married lady wanted to talk, and
Yeah.
they talked, and then she said, oh, I go into Bank Street all the time to
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
I
we're
think-
here today.
I think Srila Prabhupada would be pleased if we take responsibility. We have to take responsibility. This is his house. We have to take responsibility.
So then my wife wasn't keen for me to come up, and then she turned to me and said, he's going straight away after this. He's going up to Whangarei. He said, oh good, I'll go in another day to see him.
Yeah.
The women, all their gopis are working out the rasa.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, oh, Hare Krishna. Anyway, something to think about.
So previously there was an urgent necessity to distribute Krishna consciousness. So now we have to revive that necessity.
Urgent necessity.
Urgent necessity. We must. Yes, Guru.
I have a question. You
Yes.
mentioned about unity,
Yes.
and we see amongst devotees
Yes.
that quite often there's conflict, there's
Yes.
sectarianism,
Yeah.
these sorts of things. So, do you have any advice about trying to work together with devotees to spread this medicine that you're talking about?
I can only mention what my Guru Maharaj, he says. He says, love and affection conquers all. So that's what I tell everybody I meet. Only love and affection. We're thinking knowledge, power. Well, no. Love and affection will conquer everyone's heart. And the thing is, unless we have this love and affection in our hearts, when we speak to others, they will understand, because the soul can understand. I was really hurt one day. I was at Harinam Sankirtan on Saturday night in London, and I was distributing leaflets, and the gentleman walked up to me right into my face and he said, you people, you're not happy. I know, right in my face. And I could just feel that this person, he's been around the devotees. And then he just walked off. So I felt, well, we did a disservice there, actually. He probably saw some infighting or something aggrieved him. So I felt really disturbed that day. I wanted to approach him, but he went off so quickly. So only love and affection. We are one family. And naturally, even I don't get it with my brothers and sisters. We're always fighting. That's normal. But that doesn't mean we have to kill each other or offend each other. So at some point we have to mature. And we have to behave like mature ladies and gentlemen in Krishna consciousness. So the main thing is that we have to set the example. So if somebody is approaching us with this offensive attitude, no, we have to set the example. You don't fight fire with fire. We have to set the example. So that's why Mahaprabhu says, he told everybody, you carry this garland around your neck. It's Trinada Pisu Ichina. Actually, these three things are the wealth of the Vaishnava. Humility, tolerance, and giving all due honor and respect to others. Very important. If we can follow that, then we can make real advancement. And no matter how offensive a person may be, if they see that you are genuine, and you're genuinely trying to advance in Krishna consciousness, it will touch their heart. Whatever shred of sincerity within their heart, they will see, and it will touch their heart. And they will reconsider their position and your position. So it is natural. Fighting, members of the family fighting, is natural. In any family, not to speak of Mahaprabhu's family. So the main thing is for us, we have to grow. And so when we see discrepancies like that, we have to think, well, actually, this is for my benefit. Why am I seeing this? Why? That also is the other side. Why is this coming to me? Again, Tateya Kam Kam Susa Mikshama. We have to feel that. Humility. I am the cause of my destiny. Whatever is coming to me is the result of my previous action. Cannot but be. Why is it coming to me and not to the next person? So this is an opportunity for me to make spiritual advancement. What does Mahaprabhu say? Kirtanya Sadahari. If you can follow these three directives, you are qualified to chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. So you have to practice. So a situation like that presenting itself before you, it's your opportunity. Either you pass the examination or you fail. If you fail the first time, you try again. But it's an examination, and it's specific to you. It's not easy in spiritual life. It's beautiful. It's sublime, but it's not easy. We're speaking about layer upon layer upon layer of ahankara, many, many lifetimes. Now you want to remove everything, you want to go back to home, back to God, then you have to show some. Hare Krishna Mahamantra will flood, inundate this whole Brahmanda very soon. So you have to be ready. What is Bhaktisiddhanta saying? Totalitarian war against Maya and other theistic conceptions. The war is totalitarian. And where does it begin? Within my own heart. That's where it starts. The war begins within me. Am I qualified to take the holy name? Am I qualified to speak on the holy name? What is my qualification? The examination will show. It will show to you yourself. So Atma Samisha. Self-analysis. Look deep within your heart. Look at yourself. Then you will see. When the examination is coming, and you look at yourself, now you can see. Or am I making progress? Any progress? Then the sadhu is there. The sadhu is there. Oh, please, Prabhu, I wish to make progress in the spiritual life. Humbly. Then the sadhu will look at me and he will say, okay, yes, well, you do this. According to my adhikar, do this. So under guidance, strict guidance is very much necessary, absolute necessity. This is why Srila Prabhupada created this house, to create an association of devotees. Because it's under the guidance of the sadhu, there we make progress, real tangible progress. This is the point. Real tangible progress under the direction of the sadhu. So when examination comes, very easy.
What do you mean by an examination, Raj?
Examination, like this Prabhu was saying, there's friction between the different members of this Brahma Marga Gaudiya Sampradaya. There's friction. Naturally it will be there. So when the friction comes, how you deal with the friction, that will determine your progress, or otherwise. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Maharaj. Just on that point of friction amongst devotees,
Yes.
I heard recently in a class I was listening to that he described it as a very, he addressed this point and he described it in a very practical way that Krishna, Paramatma, is always trying to, bring you closer
Yes.
to him, and it's about relationship. Ultimately, everything's about relationship.
Yes.
So for us to actually learn, we have to be purified and tested.
Yes.
But because devotees, they tend to associate with devotees mostly, so that's where the testing comes.
Yes.
So that's how. Otherwise, if devotees were, because you'll have conflict with people that aren't practicing Krishna consciousness, but because devotees are instructed, avoid that and associate most of your devotees. Well, Krishna's got to work through that way.
Yes.
So,
Good point.
yeah, it was interesting.
And also we get to see when you have the association of devotees and then the association of non-devotees, right there you can see the difference. You can feel the difference in your heart. So we should be making that distinction. Of course every living entity is a Vaishnava, but those who are striving to attain Krishna Prema, they should be given some special consideration. But we should respect all living entities. But there we can see it's very easy to criticize any living entity. But when we come to the Vaishnava, now we have to practice. What we're studying, now we have to be tested. Because the Vaishnava is very dear to Krishna. This is the point.
As time goes on, the propensity to criticize gets less and less in one's heart
Yeah.
if you're actually doing it properly.
Yeah.
And even when you do things, all the conflict will come your way
Yes.
if it's meant to.
Yes.
And you'll be sitting there going, well, I didn't even intend to have a conflict. And it's smashing into everything I do, and like this and like that. And then as time goes on, you see that all these devotees you used to have conflicts with, a lot of them leave. All of a sudden, you're the last one standing. You understand? A little bit different. It's like I ran up Atma Tattva recently, who I consider one of my gurus. I have 5 gurus. Mainly because all my gurus are all now much older. So I asked them recently, could you come to New Zealand, Maharaj, and initiate? I've got a few boys who want to be initiated. And he said, no, it's time for you. My wife heard it. And she said, oh, it's not your time, you guys. I said, no, it's not my time, Maharaj. Right? So now, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, why would he say that? Doesn't he know who I am? He was very heavy and very blunt. So I just shut up. And I thought to myself, and then another friend rang me up from Hawaii, who's a guru in another sampradaya. And he said to me, I want you to come to Hawaii. I've got a nice place for you. Time for you to give up household existence, for you to do this and do this. And he installed the Nrsimha deity in Germany many years ago. So we were always connected. He's a Prabhupada disciple. And I was thinking to myself, this is not meant to be happening, Because I'm quite happy being the nonsense out the back. You understand what I mean? I can pop in and see a couple of young devotees, give them 5 minutes of my time and go, I've done my preaching, I'm out of here today. But as time goes by, it gets really brutal because you turn around and you see your friends and they're empowered and other people don't appreciate it. So then you're sitting there and then you talk to really big devotees and the really so-called acharyas and the gurus, and now they have some problems sometimes, some conflict is coming. But in the end, as time goes by, once you've been, 30, 40, 50-year devotees, all my friends now are over 50, 60 years that I consider friends, and then everyone's younger. When I joined, I was the youngest. And now I've got such wonderful devotee friends. Somehow or other, I stayed. Get the idea? And now all the conflict, it might still be happening around me, but it doesn't affect me at all now. You understand? And it's very sweet as time goes by. Now I used to think, how could I possibly cry for Krishna like Narayan Maharaj says, A lot of things about Narayan Maharaj I don't like, but I like that one, so I thought, cry for Krishna. So I started meditating on it. And now my wife said to me, you've turned into a sahaja. This is the wife, right? She's telling me all my bad faults. You've turned into a fake devotee, right? Now you're crying for Krishna. And actually now I try and hide it, because sometimes I'm thinking of Krishna. All of a sudden I start crying, not because I'm a big devotee, but because my heart is at least getting softer. You get the idea? 40, 50 years later, it's getting softer eventually. Some culture might be seeping in there after all these years of chanting 16 rounds and being a devotee, despite all the obstacles. Now my guru, that I rang up to try and get him to come to New Zealand and initiate some of my friends, because they all said, Yuga, who's going to initiate me? I thought, you? I didn't even know you were a devotee. But they've been around me for so long now. They're all demons, but now they want to be devotees. So keep it in mind, it's only a temporary thing, all this conflict. And then they'll choose to go away many times. And you'll be left alone, because as time goes by, you have to choose every day. It's like you have to choose every day to get up and chant, choose the higher self over the lower self, See the goodness in the Madhajis, see the goodness in the young, intelligent people, in the sadhus, in these very, very empowered devotees. I don't know anyone more empowered than Buddhi Mantakad in New Zealand. You understand? So anyone that can't see his goodness is a demon. You understand? In my book. And when I talk to them, I say, how long have you been a devotee for? 16 years, blah, 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 blah. That's great. So come back when you're 30, 40 or 50 year devotee like me and my friends. You understand? You have to see it in proper context. I saw Maharaj as a young man preaching. I didn't like everything he did, but I thought, there's a sadhu in there somewhere. I might bring him to New Zealand. We need some sadhus. Put a different flavour for you to choose. Make some choices. You understand? Here's a different flavour than me. They don't talk about demons and devotees. I talk about demons and devotees all the time. I love it. I'm a Prabhupada man. You know what he told me? You know what he said to my wife? Oh, you guys are Prabhupada man. What? You understand? So be very careful what you wish for, or the thing is you might end up like me, still around, and you're not really advancing so much, but there's a connection there. Get the idea? You can do so much better if you get the ears and the association of the right people, and take prasadam every day, you know what I mean? Be around sadhus. Just something for you to think about. Like this young boy that walked in Sam tonight. After he walked out, I thought, he's a devotee. He asked me for my phone number. I didn't even think of asking, but he was, the Super Soul's telling him, get some connection. Get the idea? So we're all at different levels, and Maharaj has come with a different flavour. It's not my flavour, but I love it. Sometimes, What do you think? Conflict is going to be there. One of my gurus, he was complaining to Prabhupada. Prabhupada, I always got conflict. I got conflict in Germany, I got conflict here, now I'm going to Russia, I got conflict. Prabhupada said, there's always conflict. That's what he said, there's always conflict. One man thinks he knows better, like me. I think I know better than anyone. My wife tells me off every day, 10 times an hour. You understand? This is what the wife is for, isn't it, buddy? Huh? You don't got a wife? Got pure intelligence. I'll tell you the faults you've got in great detail. That's culture. Radharani does that with Krishna too, and all the other gopis, they just disappear when Krishna turns up by himself because they like Radharani. All those gurus up there in the parampara, they're all those eternal serving, usually, what's it called, the young
Manjari.
manjaris, yeah. They're all manjaris. No one told me they're all manjaris. Now I know after 40-something or 50 years, whatever the hell it is. But you have to think about it, there's opportunity when you meet these devotees like Maharaj here and Buddhi. I stood up for Buddhi recently and the GBC's got angry at me. Oh, you're crazy. That's what they told me. I said, well, anyway, I'm setting up an ISKCON and I'll give it to Buddhi if he wants to and blah, blah, blah. And Ramai Swami got very upset. And then Carla came across and thought, cool down, cool down. I said, this is when I'm cool. Maharaj was in the room. David Rita Maharaj was not impressed. But anyway, that's there. What do? We're just trying to spread this with the local people. And he's empowered. So I prayed and thought, well, let's go and help. I didn't want to come up here myself. This is my land out here. My brothers are very angry because I won't sell any land. But anyway, enough of my talk. What do you think, Maharaj?
Unity. It's unity in diversity. It's the way forward. We must unite.
So this is Indian culture. He's a representative of culture, so is she. Prabhupada said, success will come with a cultural conquest. This is not what Hridayananda Maharaj wants to preach about, but when I brought it up with him, he got very quiet and banned me from his walking around, but conflict straight away. I paid for him to come here, and then he banned me. So don't worry about the conflict. It'll come once you do something outrageous, isn't it?
Did that answer your question, Guru?
Yeah, thank you. Nice advice from your Guru.
See how he's very sweet? Different mood, huh?
He's upset.
Love and affection conquered all. Yes.
I've got a little view of what's going.
Yes.
I'd like to put on something if you don't mind.
Yes. Yes.
As you say about the consciousness talking through, there's conscious mind and a subconscious
Yes.
mind. When you say love and affection,
Love and affection conquered all.
we say Krishna
Mm-hmm.
and Radharani.
Mm-hmm.
Radha is the love,
Mhm.
absolution.
Predominating
Krishna.
quality,
Yeah.
predominating quality,
Yeah.
yes.
And Krishna is the affection.
Mhm.
So that's where it is. So the eternity, the inside,
Mhm.
which is the Radha factor.
Mhm.
And then Krishna is the
Mhm.
conscious part. It's consciousness. The more the affection get into the subconscious internal and grasp this out, eventually get into it, and then the enlightenment comes. So there was the bhakti side of it, the enlightenment will come up, and then you realize, because as I had in many discourses that
Mhm.
we know the absolute truth in here. The Atma or the soul
Mhm.
knows the absolute knowledge.
Mhm.
So it's all about mantra, killing it, And once you do that, keep on doing like mantra. Prabhu said that I've been doing 16 round mantra and things are happening. I'm start to weep. That's obviously that's happening. The result of it, that your internal, you start to get the consciousness built in.
Bhaktya sanjataya bhaktya. Only Bhakti Devi can give Bhakti. This is the point we must remember.
That's right.
If you want to develop devotion, you have to go through the devotees.
Yes, qualified.
Devotion is there in a seed form in our hearts. But if
Yes.
you want to develop that devotion, you have to go through the devotees.
Bhakti, yeah. To
Bhaktya
Sharanam.
sanjataya bhaktya.
Go
Only Bhakti Devi can give bhakti.
That's why the Sharanagati to a guru, that then it makes it easier to get that, grasping of bhakti, yoga,
First thing is pranipat.
pranipat.
You come to the line, there's a line, demarcation line, pranipat. You must, in your heart, you must come to that line. Okay, I'm ready now to give up all misconception. I'm ready for that. There's no, I have no attraction here. Pranipat. Then pariprashna. Now you ask intelligent questions submissively from the devotees. And then sevaya. Now you must serve the devotees. You ask questions in humility, then you serve the devotees. There's a scientific process how to develop this bhakti. Very important.
Could you elaborate on that point? Probably just mentioned about how we know in the Atma already. Is that
That's what we are. Jnana, Vala, Kriya. We have consciousness, we have thinking, feeling, willing entities. First we think, then we feel, then we act. Jnana, Vala, Kriya. Sat Chit Ananda. This is our constitution. Sat Chit Ananda. First we think. Okay, I want to do this, I want this, I like this. Then we feel. And then eventually we act. It's the process.
so? This gyan is in the Atma. I understand what you're saying, that we've got this gyan triptva, the ability to know.
Yes.
But does that,
We're fully conscious.
yes, we're conscious, but does that also imply, Lakshana, that the gyan is also inherent in the Atma?
Yes.
It is, but you
Cognizance.
need the mantras to unlock it and the association with the devotee.
Very
You
important.
wipe away the impersonalism that's in your heart. Then you become aware. Then you ask him, is this the way to do it? Or do I do it like this or do it like that? And he trains you up. Or
Very
she
important.
trains you up. If it's like Kunti Dev, she was a female guru. She trained up her sons. You understand? So it requires someone to tell you, that's right, that's wrong. Do what you're told. You know, my guru was always telling me off. You know, some people he's very sweet with.
Very important. Anugacha. Very important.
Someone must train you. It's like a army thing. It's not how they tell you this in the beginning, but unfortunately, when you go along, someone has to follow, someone has to bow down, someone has to, all these different positions, and you don't want to do it, but that's the price. On the way up here, we were talking so many things, and we were thinking, at least I was thinking, I'm going to have to learn some of this from Maharaj, because he's a different flavour than me. We're in a similar line, but he comes from a particular line which is very cultured. So I was explaining to him when I read B.R. Sridhar Swami's teachings, I showed it to my friends, no one got it. I did, because I love the guy. But the other devotees didn't get it. So why is it that only I got it? You know, I went to their mutt, I bought all the books for my wife. She brought them all back and I read them. I thought, wow, this is fantastic. But it isn't going to appeal to everyone. You understand? Different rasa, different flavour. So you find the flavour over here, or the flavour over there, or the flavour over here. Oh, that one attracts me. Do I feel inspired? Or do I feel dead? Do I want a conflict? Whatever. You work it out. That choice you make, it'll spring into life, into a dynamic thing, if you do this properly.
Yeah. Dynamic.
Isn't it, Maharaj?
Dynamic. The soul is dynamic.
Dynamic.
Not static.
With the Indians, a lot of impersonalism. I have Bhakta friends from Ayodhya, Dwarka flavour. Yeah, cultured people. They got a lot of impersonal shit hidden away. Because they won't go along to a senior and bow down because it all goes a little bit impersonal somewhere. And they stay like that for many lifetimes, Indians, when they should be dynamic. When I heard you, I was thinking, ooh, it's a little bit impersonal. He hasn't run into the person that can read you and see you clearly, the super soul, is acting through the Guru. When you have that, it's a complete picture for you to see. That's what you need to see. Meet the sadhu.
I think he understands this.
Yeah, I
Very,
know.
very sincere.
But I'm just saying it's a straightforward thing because it needs
Why,
to be both.
what I got is we spoke about conflicting. When we get the conscious mind comes, you feel, you look the conflicts in many ways. Like
But-
this is in which the arrogance part, and then the conflicting could be okay. But conflict is also brings in flavor. That's like when she, your wife, or the internality, the internal energy, right?
That's a little higher, but what Prabhu is saying is
Yeah.
hits the nail on the head.
That's right.
This submission under guidance of a devotee,
It has to be regimented once you're really together. It's got to be regimented because you're not qualified to go beyond that.
very important.
Sometimes,
Understand?
yes.
It is nice, very nice. You understand. It's very important. This strict guidance, under strict guidance, you can flourish very nicely. Bhakti will grow very nicely.
It's about India basically. There's many acharyas like Saptarishi. There's many times, and we all, regardless who we are all connected.
Yes. But
But-
this is part of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yes, we are
He's
blessed.
coming, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
That's right.
It's a universal conception.
Absolutely.
All are freely available to all.
That's what became when Narada Muni went and Brahmaji said, okay, through that persuasion from Narada Muni, Brahma has elevated, okay, there is 616. This Mahamantra will elevate in the Kali Yuga. So,
So
Yeah,
please,
yeah.
take it.
Easy.
I humbly request you, take the Hare Krishna Mahamantra
Yes.
under guidance of the devotees
I am.
and watch and see your
Yeah.
life. You'll be very happy, that I can promise you. Under
Uh,
strict guidance, you take the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you will be happy, your family. You'll all be blessed.
yeah.
That I can promise you.
One of my guru friends, we were in Melbourne one day and we were sitting down there. His name's Tamal. So Tamal was the foremost leader as far as I'm concerned in ISKCON. So he just commented one day, he said, you know all these acharyas in the Chaitanya Charitamrita? He said, yeah, because I just finished this area, studied about the Guru Parampara. And he said, you know this acharya? It's from the Bhagnapara village. So I just read a section about Bhagnapara village, and this was acharyas, the line of acharyas, and he said, I just initiated some boys, and they all come from these lines. And I just read it, I thought, wow. So they all knew Lord Chaitanya when they were born, because their parents, everyone are Vaishnavas. But they all came to ISKCON to get initiated. And he asked one of his, because these boys are very cultured, beautiful people looking physically. And he said, why have you come in and you're getting initiated by me? And he said, because it's living. Ours is not living any longer. It's the culture. I thought, oh, that was interesting. Think about it. That was interesting. And now we have all these, we had a white European guru initiating all these ones from Nityananda Vamsa lines and Bhagnapara village, all these famous acharyas. And I found it very interesting.
There's been great acharyas, just like Tulsidas went to Jagannath Puri and went, Prabhu, my Ishtaha is Ramaha.
Yeah.
I would like to see Rama in you. And you know what? Jagannath went and smiled. You're my devotee. You're my dear devotee. This is you. This is me here. Came to Rama. And same when he went in Vrindavan and Krishna Rupa and some devotees start to say, oh, this and that. He just went some Krishna. He comments.
Now look who is here.
And
Sadhguruji is here.
Yeah.
You see Mahaprabhu, who
Yes.
is there? Rama's there, Krishna's there.
Same. Then
Six-armed form.
Ram came in and Jai, because he's such sincere devotee. It's just, it's the Leela. What Bhagwan is putting, saying, all the same, but the Krishna is the supremacy. But then the Ishta, whoever has, but then is connected to them.
Now you are here.
Yeah.
Now you are the lotus feet of the Vaishnavas.
That's
so
right.
please, you take full advantage
Yes.
of this sadhu sangha.
Yes.
You're here now.
Yes, that's right.
Take the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and become happy. Make your life better.
Yes.
Jai
yes.
Ashok.
He's always happy.
Hey, Krishna.
Stop
He's
out.
always happy.
I'm already a
Are
devotee.
you doing the arty or is there any arty or not?
Then yeah, we'll do arti. So
Okay.
would you like to do arti? Would you like to lead kirtan, or would you like someone else to do it?
Someone else.
Do you do a good arty?
Yeah.
Yes, the saffron would be nice, you know, that saffron look that Prabhupada used to do, you know. What do you want to do, buddy?
I just want to serve. So would
Yeah.
you-
Oh, well, those
You do
humble
the arty.
devotees.
I'll
Can't
do
do
the
the
arty.
wrong thing.
I'll do the arti, so someone else can lead kirtan.
What would you like to do?
You are the kirtaniya. What is this? Look how sweetly you're singing.
No, that was for someone else. You're